You've seen it happen. A dog finds something in the gutter, a lump of meat that's been sitting in the sun for who knows how long, gray slick crawling. Before you can stop it, it's gone, swallowed, and then nothing. The dog trots off, wags its tail, licks your hand 20 minutes later like nothing happened. Meanwhile, if you had eaten that exact same lump, you'd be on the bathroom floor by nightfall and possibly in a hospital by morning. Same food, same bacteria, completely different outcome. So what does that dog have that you don't? Is its stomach just tougher? Is it immune to everything? The real answer is stranger than that, because the truth isn't that the animal is superpowered. It's that you have been quietly disarmed. Let's clear something up first, because it's tempting to assume rotten food just isn't that dangerous to animals. It absolutely is. Rotting meat is one of the most hostile things you can put in a body. As it decays, it fills with colonies of bacteria, Salmonella, E. coli, Clostridium, and worse, those bacteria produce toxins, chemical poisons that can wreck your nervous system. Some of them, like the botulinum toxin, are among the deadliest substances on Earth. This isn't gentle food. A scavenger eating a 3-day-old carcass is swallowing a dose that could kill a person, and yet it walks away fine. So the danger is real. The question is how the animal neutralizes it. And it turns out they don't have one trick. They have a stack of them, layered one on top of another. The first layer is the one most people guess, and it's real, but it's more extreme than you'd imagine. It's stomach acid. Your stomach is acidic, but a dedicated scavenger's stomach is a chemical weapon. Take a vulture. The acid in a vulture's stomach can drop to around a pH of 1, or even lower. That is more acidic than battery acid. It's strong enough to dissolve bone, and strong enough to destroy pathogens that would be a death sentence for almost anything else. Anthrax, cholera, even rabies, wiped out on contact before they ever reach the gut. That acid isn't there to digest food gently. It's a sterilizing bath. Most of the bacteria in that rotten meat are simply melted the moment they arrive, killed before they get the chance to multiply or release more toxins. But acid alone doesn't explain it because plenty of dangerous compounds survive acid. So here's the second layer, and it's about speed. A scavenger's digestive system is built like an express lane. Carnivores and scavengers tend to have short, simple guts, and food rushes through them fast. Why does that matter? Because bacteria need time. Time to settle, time to colonize the gut wall, time to multiply into numbers big enough to make you sick. In a long, slow digestive tract, like a human's, food can sit for a day or more, giving any surviving bacteria a comfortable place to set up shop and breed. But in a fast scavenger gut, the food is in and out before the bacteria can get a foothold. It's the difference between a stranger passing through a train station and a stranger moving into your house. One is harmless, the other takes over. Now the third layer, and this is the one that really separates a scavenger from you, it's the gut itself, the community of microbes living inside it. A scavenger's intestines aren't sterile. They're packed with their own army of bacteria, an ecosystem tuned by millions of years of eating filth. And this resident army does two things. It physically crowds out invaders. There's simply no room and no food for a newcomer to establish itself. And it primes the animal's immune system to recognize and shrug off the exact kinds of threats it eats every day. A vulture's gut is a hostile neighborhood for a foreign pathogen. It's not a clean stomach. It's a stomach that has already won the fight 1,000 times. And here's the fourth layer, the subtlest one, because it deals with the part of rotten food that acid and speed can't handle, the toxins. Remember, a lot of what makes spoiled food deadly isn't the living bacteria. It's the poisons they've already made and left behind, chemicals that are still dangerous even after the bacteria themselves are dead. You can sterilize the meat completely, and the toxin is still sitting there. So how do scavengers survive that? Evolution. Animals that have eaten carrion for millions of years have, in many cases, evolved a tolerance to the specific toxins they encounter. Their bodies can bind them, break them down, or simply withstand doses that would paralyze you. They didn't get lucky, they got selected. Every ancestor that couldn't handle the toxin died before reproducing. What's left is an animal whose biology is quietly built around eating things that are actively trying to poison it. So put those four together: a sterilizing acid bath, a high-speed gut that denies bacteria time, a resident microbe army that blocks invaders, and an evolved tolerance to the toxins themselves. And suddenly, the dog-eating gutter meat isn't a mystery. It's a machine designed, layer by layer, for exactly this. But here's the twist, and it's the part that flips the whole question around. You've been asking what the animal has that you don't. The better question is what you lost. Because your stomach, it turns out, is also remarkably acidic, surprisingly close to a scavenger's. Scientists who measured stomach acidity across species found that humans have some of the most acidic stomachs of any animal, right up there with carrion eaters. That's a fossil, a clue left in your own body. It strongly suggests your distant ancestors were scavengers too, eating meat they found, meat that wasn't always fresh. You were built for this once. So what changed? One thing: fire. Humans learned to cook. And cooking is essentially doing the sterilizing outside the body, using heat to kill the bacteria before it ever reaches your mouth. For hundreds of thousands of years, we outsourced our food safety to the campfire. And when a job gets outsourced for long enough, the in-house department shuts down. We never needed the fast gut, the toxin tolerance, the filth-hardened immune system, because the fire did the work, so we let those defenses fade. The animal didn't gain a superpower. You traded yours away for a better one. The ability to make food safe before you eat it instead of surviving it after, which is why that dog can do something you can't. It never made the trade. It kept the ancient armor, the acid, the speed, the microbes, the tolerance, because it never invented a campfire to replace it. You gave all of that up, and in exchange you got cooking agriculture and a digestive system that now expects its food to arrive already clean. It's not that the animal is tougher than you in some simple way. It's that the two of you solved the same problem in opposite directions. The scavenger built its defenses inside. You built yours outside. So the next time you watch an animal eat something that turns your stomach just to look at, don't think of it as having an iron gut you'll never understand. Think of it as a window into what you used to be. That resistance, the acid strong enough to melt bone, the gut fast enough to outrun infection, the tolerance for poisons that would drop you where you stand, that was once, in some faded form, yours too. You didn't lose it because you got weak. You lost it because you got clever. The animal survives rotten food because it has to. You survive because, a long time ago, one of your ancestors picked up a burning branch and decided there was a better way. So the next time your dog eats something horrifying off the sidewalk and looks up at you completely unbothered, you'll know the truth. It's not being reckless. It's using armor you traded away 100,000 years ago. The acid, the speed, the tolerance. You had it once too. You just swapped it for a campfire. If this changed the way you look at that gross thing your pet just ate, hit subscribe. We break down the hidden science of everyday things every single week, the ordinary stuff that turns out to be anything but. And I want to hear from you. What's the most disgusting thing you've ever seen an animal eat and walk away from like it was nothing? Drop it in the comments. Let's see who's got the worst one. Stay curious, stay hungry. I'll see you in the next one.